welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another tutorial, you guys. I'm finally doing the faux locks tutorial that you guys have been asking me for. Y'all, when I tell y'all, the reason why I didn't do a tutorial when I first did this style is because your girl was struggling, okay? Like, it took me the longest time to do these faux locks, y'all. But your girl got it done, and, you know, it kind of works out for the better because since I've had this style in for a little over a month now, I'm able to, like, really give you guys my pros, my cons, and just kind of give you guys some tips as to what not to do based off of, you know, my own mistakes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video because y'all, I'm about to give y'all the 411 on these locks. I ended up using majority Marley hair to wrap my twists or wrap my braids, and the Marley hair that I used was the Zuri braid. I'm sorry I don't have like the full packaging of it, but honestly y'all, when it comes to Marley hair, to me, it really doesn't matter which brand you use because they kind of all feel the same. They kind of all have that like kinkier, rougher texture. So just open the package at the beauty supply store, feel it, and just pick the softest one. I used about 5 to 6 bags of this. I probably could have used less, but honestly, I didn't really have a method into like how much I was picking up or putting in my twists. Because honestly, y'all, my twists, they're like, some are smaller, some are larger. Like, I was just going, girl, because like I said, I was struggling. So I probably could have used less, but I did use about 5 to 6 bags. And then also for the ends of my hair, you guys see like I have a couple of different textures going on. So I have like that wavy texture, and then some of the ends are like super curly, and that hair is the Free Trust Bohemian braid. I really like this one. This is one of their more like tighter coiled texture. So yeah, this one was good. It gave me the kind of tighter coiled look I was looking for on some of the ends, but I actually found that using Kanekalon hair at the end of the locks made it a lot easier for me to work with. Typically I like to lean towards one that says like tangle free or like soft on the package, and the one that I got this time was by Innocence, and it's their pre-stretch easy braid. Yeah, this is just what I use, and I think I used about 3 bags of this. And then I ended up using a pack of the Free Trust water wave hair. Originally I had plans on using this like at the ends of my hair, just like with the Bohemian braid, but I told you guys the Kanekalon just ended up working out better for me. So what I ended up doing was using the water wave to mix in with the Marley hair to wrap my hair. And it just kind of made the locks like more softer as well and gave them a little bit more movement. So yeah, I ended up really liking this. The next time that I do this style, which I don't know when because it took me forever, but the next time I do this style, I'm definitely going to use more water wave to wrap the locks instead of Marley hair. Just another rundown: 5 to 6 bags of the Marley hair, 2 bags of Kanekalon hair, and 2 bags of the water wave hair. And with the Bohemian braid, I mean, I used 1 pack, but I really didn't even use a full pack because I don't have that many of those curly ends. So I went ahead and zoomed in closer so y'all can really see what I did and get like a close-up look of everything. But what I did to start off is I still used the rubber band method. I actually talked about this in my jumbo box braids tutorial. So if you want to see that, then you can just go ahead and click the link up there. I love the rubber band method, y'all. I feel like it holds my style better, and then I don't get as much tangling as well. And then also, if you're someone like me who struggles with like getting a good grip on your hair, then this is like the best thing for you. The key is to make sure that they're the elastic bands. These are really stretchy, flexible, and they just kind of move with your hair. So I really like these bands because I don't get any breakage with this. I just started by still putting a rubber band around my hair, and with this, you know, it's gonna look like I'm wrapping it a lot, but I promise you guys it's not tight at all. I already went ahead and moisturized my hair as well. With a style like this, moisturizing your hair before you install these is key. I'm still using the same products from that box braids tutorial, so make sure you click the link up there just to get like a more in-depth idea as to what tools and like products I'm using. I don't know if you guys can notice, but my hair is pretty fine. So I just wouldn't feel comfortable having like these big locks on this piece of hair. So what I did was just use some Kanekalon hair to give me a little extra strength with my hair. It doesn't matter what brand of Kanekalon hair you use. It really doesn't matter. So then what I did was just kind of go in with the Kanekalon hair and do it like I would be doing a box braid, just wrapping the Kanekalon hair around my own hair and just braiding down until I braid past my natural hair. So then I'm going to take 2 strands of that Freetress water wave hair and just kind of go through it to just get the curl pattern less uniform. As you guys can see, the curls are less uniform and they just kind of look more like a natural kinky type of hair. And this is just gonna make it really natural when I get ready to wrap my lock. I'm also just going to take 1 really tiny strand of Marley hair as well. Like y'all can see, that's super tiny. And this is just because the Marley hair is so kinky to where it's just gonna give this Freetress hair a little extra hold. You have your long strands of hair. This short piece is what you're going to attach to your braid. So I have my short piece over here connected to the braid and then all the rest of the hair right here. You're just going to bring that back and start wrapping. And you want to wrap like 3 or 4 times at the base of the braid just to secure everything. And then once you do that, then you slowly start to wrap down the braid. And take your time with this, y'all. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. This style isn't a perfect style. Like even when I first finished it, it still looked messy. And when you're wrapping, y'all can see that I still have my index finger like on this braid. This is just making sure that when I'm wrapping, I'm not twisting the braid, because then that can make it like really tight. So you just kind of want to use this finger to keep everything like in position, okay? And like I said, it doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want to wrap really tight because you still want your locks to have movement. And I wanted my locks to be pretty messy, so I didn't wrap that tight at all. And just keep going down the braid. And sometimes, you know, if it starts to get a little tight, just kind of twist the braid a little bit, twist the lock, just to get it back in place and loosen it up. No worries. So when I get to the end, what I'm gonna do is just start wrapping the hair back up the braid. So now I have this little piece of hair right here. So what I'm gonna do is just take some glue, dab it on there, and wrap it around. And this glue is just gonna really secure everything so you don't have like any unraveling. And if you need to add some more, do that. And just wrap around. So now we have our lock. Don't mind this like end right here. I'll curl this with a perm rod so they'll end up looking like this. So yeah, that's pretty much the method that I use. Basically what I did was just go through, kind of do box braids throughout my head and then just go through again to wrap the box braid. So yeah, they kind of work hand in hand. But now girl, let's get on to the pros and the cons. So So my first con is probably going to have to be the weight of these Faux Locs. And the crazy thing about that is that when I first installed them, they were not heavy to me. Like, they didn't feel heavy. Even though they may look heavy, they didn't feel heavy. The weight came as they got older, and then, it starts to like hang a little bit. I'm not saying that they're super heavy, but as they've gotten older and, I'm pushing over 4 weeks now, I'm starting to feel them a little bit. And your girl's head, my head is already big. Now it's feeling extra big. So if you are someone with a smaller head, then you might want to consider either having smaller locks or doing the crochet locks, because I hear that those are super lightweight. Next thing is probably going to have to be the scalp irritation. And I know that sounds like really bad, like, girl, what? Scalp irritation? But what I mean is that because, I'm using Marley hair, this hair is synthetic. Obviously, Marley hair is more of a rougher texture. I was having some issues in the beginning with the Marley hair like rubbing up against my scalp and just causing my scalp to be really itchy and just a little bit irritated. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was dandruff or if it was like, it couldn't have been an allergic reaction, because now my scalp is fine. But y'all, in the beginning, like, I had these like little white patches on my scalp, and it was like build up, like they just kept coming. Like, I would literally scratch it, and y'all, it would be like flakes on top of flakes on top of flakes. And I didn't know what it was, because I really don't have issues with dandruff, so I was like super confused, but the patches were like really itchy, and it was just not a good look. So what I ended up doing was just going through my like entire head with a cotton ball, and I just like soaked the cotton ball in some apple cider vinegar, and I like went to town on my scalp. Like, I was going through rubbing the cotton ball on my scalp because my scalp was so freaking itchy. And of course, dealing with synthetic hair, my scalp is exposed. The synthetic hair is rubbing up against my scalp, causing it to be even more dry. Like, you have to make sure that you keep your scalp moisturized, because if not, then your scalp is going to be dry and your scalp is going to be itchy. Luckily, the apple cider vinegar did the trick, and what I ended up doing was making me an oil mixture. And in the mixture, I just put in olive oil, tea tree oil, rosemary oil, lavender oil, and some vitamin E oil, and then also some jojoba oil. So I made that mix, and I like use that mix every other day or so, and I have not had any more problems with like dryness, itchiness, none of that. Like, the apple cider vinegar and the oil mixture, yeah, they did the trick, because y'all, I was gonna be too upset if I could only keep this out in for 2 weeks after spending 3 days doing this. The process, y'all. The process is definitely tedious. It's definitely gonna take you some time and some patience and some determination and endurance. If you don't have that, then this style is definitely not the one for you. I told you guys I was working on this for basically 2.5, 3 days. Of course, I had some breaks in there, but majority of that time was spent me just standing up in the bathroom, wrapping, braiding, wrapping, parting hair, adding rubber bands, gluing the ends. Like, the process was super tedious, but it's also one of those styles where it's like, even though it's tedious and you hate the process, like, after you're done, you just feel like so in love with your hair, like the convenience of it. Oh, sorry, y'all. We're not into the pros yet. When I tell y'all they're so freaking convenient, they're so easy to manage. They're not neat. They're not like meant to be super neat and uniform and sleek. So because they're already messy, like, y'all, they get and look so much better as they get older and the more you have them in. Probably one of the best protective styles that I've had in, because your entire strand of hair is protected, y'all. You get a BDB, you cut it off. You get some frizzies, you cut it off, because your hair is protected. Like, that's probably been the best thing for me. I refreshed like 4 of these braids in the front, and right now my hair is looking like I just got it done. Like, your hair is not going to look old. I love these faux locks. So as I mentioned, I've had these in for a little over a month now. So, you know, I've learned some things. Definitely want to give you some tips of what to and what not to do. First thing to do is to make sure that you are keeping your hair, your edges, your scalp moisturized. Before you even install this style, you need to deep condition your hair. Your hair is like fully locked in and sealed inside of this lock for, again, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. So before you install these, make sure that you moisturize your hair. Coat your hair in some type of butter or sealant, some type of oil, just so you're getting that like extra hydration in your hair, because the last thing you want to do is have dry hair in this style, because your hair will break off. Another thing that I'd recommend is using less of the Marley hair and more of, like, for example, that free twist water wave hair to wrap your locks. Because I told you guys when I first started out doing the style, I was using a lot of Marley hair. I really wasn't even using the water wave hair to wrap it. And those are the locks that I have a lot of snagging in. I get a lot of the like little knots that I have to cut off. Unless you just want the look of the Marley hair, then by all means do that. It's cute either way. I'm just saying, to prevent as, you know, much snagging as possible, a softer texture is going to help you out a lot. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the video. I'm hoping that I addressed everything. If there's anything that I missed, let me know down in the comments if you have any more questions. But until the next video, y'all know whenever you're watching this, I will see y'all for Fit Friday. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.